Afternoon sesh of Tennis Sucks podcast, and we have a special guest today, Austin Tchikatilov.
Teaching cats to love.
Teaching cats to love.
Teaching cats to love. Shout out Tropickleball.
Come on.
Come on.
And I'm here with Travis, who went 0-11, 0-11, and 0-15 in singles down in Palm Beach. Congrats, man.
Yeah, no problem. Apparently,
To the 24 and 25 seed, that's going to do well for the duper.
if you don't withdraw, which I think Graham is wrong, if you don't withdraw formally, then you just take a bagel against anybody, even if they can't even speak, walk, call the score, which I think is ludicrous. I'll be calling the duper management team about that ASAP, because if that's the case, like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And by the way, this is brought to you by Selkirk. Thank you, Selkirk, for your support, and yeah, best paddles on the market.
All right, producer Ro, what do we got today for Austin, our special guest here?
So we got Austin. I first and foremost want to apologize to the fans for Austin having a shirt on.
It's cold out here, guys.
I know yeah,
The
exactly.
Knicks
Yeah,
are hard.
it's 70.
The Knicks are
It's
hard.
68 today.
We'll go ahead and get him on a warmer day next time, so we can see what we all came for.
Speak for yourself.
He sees it enough.
Plenty.
I think we want
There's
to
some
start.
imperfection.
Austin, can you just give us a little background on yourself and then how you got started in pickleball?
Yeah, so I got started playing pickleball almost a year ago, and I came from competitive basketball. I played a little college basketball, and then I actually dabbled in pro spike ball for a little bit. There goes the paddle.
Damn it!
I predicted that, by the way.
That was
Travis.
amazing that they went at the same time.
Yeah, that has to do with the wind.
That's great. We're gonna keep
Yes,
that
we
in
love
the. We're gonna keep that in the episode.
Yeah.
But once I found pickleball, I just saw some people playing where I used to live in Daytona, and it looked like fun. It looked like a fun game I could play with my mom, who was rehabbing from a brain injury at the time. So I thought it'd be part of her therapy because I knew racket sports were good for the brain. So it was cool to buy her just a beginner paddle set, a wooden paddle set, and play with rec games with her when I went back home to Amelia Island, Florida. Shout out to the Ferndina Beach Pickleball Pirates. Love y'all. And that's kind of where I learned how to play the game. And people were telling me, oh, you could be good. You should play in tournaments. And they kind of just told me who I should play against and to get better. And so I would play with my mom, and she was only able to play maybe 20, 30 minutes at first before having symptoms. And then she was able to play 1-2 hours of rec games. So I began to love the sport, love what it did for my mom and for my family. And then also, I just needed another competitive outlet, and I was looking to compete again. And then when I found out there were pro tournaments, I'm like, I got to give this a go. And so I played my first pro tournament about 6 months ago, and I've been competing on the tour ever since. So that's kind of a little bit about my athletic background and how I got into pickleball.
He triple crowned at Next Gen, by the way, the last Next Gen, and yeah, he's
And we call him the Amazon Man for obvious reasons.
the
Yeah,
Amazon man.
That's great. Thank you, Austin. Can you kind of give us a little bit? We talked last episode about minor league pickleball.
Yeah.
Give us kind of your just how the event went. You know what I mean, and how you thought you played.
Yeah, the event was electric. I actually wasn't planning on playing the event originally, but when my partner dropped out of Hill and Head, and Graham said, hey, we have a spot for you on the Smash. So I was like, I can't pass up this opportunity. So from almost missing my flight and not making it out to Austin to finishing the weekend runner-up, it was so much fun. Made a lot of memories, staying at a ranch house, getting to know my teammates, getting to know Graham a little bit better. And just hanging out in Austin and playing was so fun. I had never been a part of the team environment, but obviously I've seen MLP and how everyone is so involved and energetic and how fun it is. So to be in an event like that where the team's right there and you got a bunch of teammates on the side cheering you on, and we had our Duper 20 team also cheering us on, and we were also cheering them on too. So it was just so great, a lot of camaraderie and a different format for pickleball that I definitely want to be a part of again, and hopefully take part in Major League Pickleball soon. That's my next biggest pickleball goal, is to play in the majors. But minor league was a great experience, and I think it's awesome for people like me who are up and coming to have that experience, play against good competition, and then also have a chance for owners to see new up and coming players who are potential draftees.
Yeah, what do you think about rally scoring? We've been actually doing it a lot more here, I feel like, lately at Crescent,
For sure.
JW and Coquina. What do you feel about it compared to the way, traditional scoring in pickleball?
Yeah, so at first when we were at minor league, it took me a little bit to get used to it, just because having every single mistake be penalized can be a little frustrating at first, but then I realized it's actually going to make me better and sharper as a player. And so it quickly grew on me, just because I feel like it makes it more intense with the comebacks, and then you get frozen at 18 and 20. So you have to be clutch. You have to have ice in your veins like this guy who won the Smash the Dream Breaker at the last MLP. So it's great. I think it adds a whole nother level of intensity, focus, and I love just playing rec games with that kind of scoring to get used to, because I think it's the future of pickleball as far as scoring goes.
We hope so.
Yeah.
Travis, I think there's like a progression with rally scoring where you first play it and you think, okay, I've got to be conservative, because now if I miss a serve or if I miss a return, it costs a point,
Yeah, I hear
every
that.
time. And then I think you move to where it's like, okay, if I'm going to win this event, I've actually got to be aggressive.
I've honestly never played any different based on the scoring.
Really?
Yeah, it has no bearing on my play. Zero.
I don't know. I feel like you served a little tighter when we first went to MLP for the first event.
100% not true.
And returned a little tighter than you do now.
Nope.
Okay.
Has no bearing on it.
All right.
The scoring system does not dictate the play. It might for some, but in my opinion, each point counts the same, regardless of whether you're playing MLP rally scoring or you're playing the standard 001, 002. It just doesn't alter it for me.
Okay. What about always being on one side? Does that affect your game in some way?
That's the one detriment, in my opinion, of pickleball in general, not just the rally scoring. I hate the fact that you don't have to show skills on both sides. I think you should have to do that. For instance, in tennis, let's say the guy is serving that you're playing with, you have to play the other side. You have to volley from the other side. It's just kind of ridiculous that you get to specialize on one side and then you have Colin Johns, for instance, just shifting over, hitting backhands. Like, let's see what he can do on this side. Let's see what Ben does on that side.
Right.
That should have to happen. You should have to play that side.
What do you feel about that, Austin? Like always being on one side?
I think that's a great point. I think it takes away from the diversity of the game if, like he's saying, you can just specialize in practice only covering 15-20% of the court.
4 shots you're hitting.
Yeah, you're not hitting many shots, and then yeah, it'd be interesting to see some of these people who are only playing left side try to play right.
How
And then vice
dynamic
versa.
are you?
Yeah, how dynamic are you? And yeah, exactly. I think that'd be interesting if they had some new rules.
Roll. Do you have,
right.
That would be cool. Like,
because it's a certain skill set for each side.
Right. And if you switch sides during the point, fine. Switch sides during the point, but you shouldn't just be able to. Ben shouldn't be able to just stand here to start the point.
Yeah.
And Colin runs over to the corner. Like.
Right.
To me, that doesn't make any sense. It diminishes the skill set of the team. The team should win. And the way that pickleball doubles is formulated right now, you can have one really fantastic player, and the other guy maybe is just good at resetting, and they win. Like,
totally true.
To me, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Austin, I know you want to play Major League Pickleball next year, and we're rooting for you to get drafted. I don't know how Travis feels. If I don't even talk about that. If it's even an option for us to draft, I guess it depends on where it falls.
Sure.
But how did you feel minor league, or maybe in the future? Like, would you recommend it as a stepping stone into Major League Pickleball? Do you think that, it's something that will work in that capacity?
Totally. I think it's a great stepping stone just because you're playing against a little bit lower level of players. So I feel like it would be very intimidating to just get thrown into the wolves and play against the best players in the world, which is what MLP is going to be now. If you haven't been playing on the tour for a while and playing against some of these top guys like J-Dub, Deckel, Ben, and all them. So I think it's great to compete against people that are your similar level. See how you stack against that next tier of players. And then if you're coming up as on top with minor league, then hopefully you'll be able to find your way into Major League Pickleball and make a wave.
I know they're trying for some big prize pools for next year, almost too big. We were talking about this before, where it's going to upset some of the lower level Major League Pickleball players, because if you win at minor league, you're actually making quite a bit more than some of the middle players in Major League Pickleball, possibly.
Yeah.
But I know we're really excited about it. I know that people don't realize how good some of those players at minor league pickleball are, because if you look at Major League, it's a duper basically of 24, right?
Yeah.
Spread amongst 4 players. We were above 22 on some of the teams, almost 22 and a half.
Right.
So really you're talking about a 1.5 spread amongst 4 players. The level is definitely lower, but there's some really high level pickleball going on at minor league at minor league pickleball.
Yeah, exactly. Some people were coming up to me after and saying some of those points were more entertaining than MLP, and I think MLP is super entertaining, but some of these minor league guys, you're not able to see them because they're not playing in Major League Pickleball, and maybe they're not having huge results yet in the APP or PPA because they haven't found those partnerships yet. But I also think minor league is a great way to meet new people, make connections, and form new partnerships because you're already finding that these teams have high dupers, so you're going to find some potential partnerships, find new mixes, find somebody you have synergy with, and then maybe give a go at running some PPAs or APPs with some of these other minor league guys.
I think this time around the level is going to be even higher because I don't think they're going to limit the duper.
Okay.
For this next time, they're going to call it X, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, interesting.
And basically, the only caveat is you can't currently be playing in Major League.
Yeah,
so therefore,
sense.
anyone who doesn't get drafted to Major League, let's say you're a 6'4", I don't know, I don't give examples of who that might be, but you can play minor league pickleball, even though you're a 6'4", which means your Major League level, you just didn't quite make the cut, and now you're playing minor league pickleball.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really high.
And I think that's in minor league sports look like, right? And for Major League Pickleball, now that the format's changed a little bit, I know singles is definitely more of a priority, and being good at both is definitely attractive to owners. So you could see somebody as a 6'3", 6'4" doubles player maybe playing in minors because they haven't honed in on their singles game yet. And maybe minor league gives them the chance to hone in on their singles game so that they can get their duper up in that respect and then play better in Major League Pickleball.
Great point. Yeah. Travis said he might not draft himself this time around so he can sandbag in the minor league.
Sandbag it for sure. A lot of go there. Got to get that bread.
Hey, yeah.
All right, Producer Ro, what else we got today?
Yeah, so Austin, with your Major League Pickleball goals in mind, you kind of have a different approach to mind and body wellness. It's a more holistic approach. Can you kind of just talk, I guess, on how you feel that you benefit from that kind of approach and just kind of give us a rundown on like how you kind of go about your training and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love taking a holistic approach to wellness, to my life, and it translates into pickleball and to all my other sports really, really well, just because I try to embody this mindset of high vibe living. So doing things that really raise my vibrations, that bring me joy, and make me mindful of the things in life that I want to spend my time doing and ultimately am grateful for. So right now, my current passions are pickleball. I'm in chiropractic school, so I'm studying to be a doctor. So I love health and wellness. I breathe this stuff. So the way that I live my life and train is super fun, and I like to share that with other people, and I coach different athletes and other people. And I'm actually in the process of working with a few pickleball athletes, and I'm explaining to them this whole approach of, look, you have to take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit if you want to be able to perform at the highest level on the court, but also just to get the most out of life and feel good and have an abundance of energy and things like that. So that comes down to the simple things like sleeping and eating clean food, exercising, breathing fresh air, mindfulness practices, ways to manage stress and things like that. So I really just like to practice what I preach, and I enjoy teaching people in pickleball because a lot of people in pickleball are already a little bit health conscious, and some people are looking at ways to take their game to the next level, and sometimes it's just about tweaking their mindset or their nutrition regimen or their training in a little bit of a different way or a different perspective. So I just try to teach people my whole perspective on life and just holistic wellness, and then just let whatever resonates with them, let them take it, and then they can just leave the rest.
I can vouch for this too, because when we were in Austin, with Austin,
my city,
his city, he would wake up in the morning, go outside with the roosters crowing in his bare feet so that he could ground.
Say, grounding's big.
Grounding to feel, I guess, explain that. You just wanted to feel more.
Yeah, so grounding's just being connected to the earth and the vibrations of the earth. So people think it's like very hippie-ish and woo-woo, but there's actually a lot of scientific benefits for grounding as far as like reducing inflammation and increasing your energy levels. And it actually gets you in touch with Earth's frequency and rhythms, which helps regulate our hormones and all kinds of things. So it's such a simple practice. Going to the beach, being barefoot in the grass or anything. I try to be as barefoot as much as I can for that respect, and also just to kind of get out of shoes and have better posture and things like that. So there's so many benefits. But
yeah, I mean, he
part of my routine.
He truly is the Amazon man. I mean, climbing trees, howling at the moon, waking up with the roosters. It's wild. He's eating. His eating regimen is insane. He's eating 3 or 4 times what I eat. It looks like a trough of salad. It's wild. It's wild.
You commented on that, like 3 large salads.
It's wild to spend the weekend with Austin. It is like living with the Amazon man. It's crazy.
I try to harness as much power and energy from nature, and that's why I love the Amazon man, because I'm getting my energy from the trees, from nature. And I'm bringing that into the court in the way that I live my life and interact with other people. So I think it's cool in that respect.
I think Travis lives a high vibe life too. It's just that one of his passions is getting angry. So he's living a high vibe, angry lifestyle.
Yeah,
Travis is a peaceful guy.
Hard to argue that. I do enjoy kind of, like I saw something actually Tyson posting, like he was so apologetic about breaking the paddle. And I wanted to write, be like, dude, just break the fucking paddle. Like, it's good for the sport a little bit. You need a little hostility in there. Not everyone can be just, hey, kids, watch me. Look, it's a part of life. People get pissed.
Yes.
They throw shit. Sorry, it happens. And do I condone it? Do I want it to happen? No, but it's a part of it. And if you watch Nick Kyrgios in tennis, it's entertaining.
It is.
Okay? I would rather watch him than some guy who's a mute. So Tyson, by all means, buddy, break the paddle. It's okay. Snap it over your knee again. Good on you.
Pickleball needs more personalities.
It. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I agree.
Ben doesn't say much. Riley, you got a little bit.
Travis and I get fired up though.
There's not a ton of juice out there.
Yeah,
so
there's not a lot.
Yeah, like break a paddle. It's okay. Part of the deal.
On that note, you guys, I saw on the Reddit pickleball forum, they were having an argument about basically like screaming after you win a point. Do you think after, basically they were like people like Anna Bright, you know what I mean, athletes like that, kind of do it after every point, and they were saying maybe it should be reserved for more of just like a really, really hard fought point, not after every single.
I want to comment on that one, definitely, because I played a guy recently, not going to name names, who actually at the end of the match said, "Good match," and I told him to go something. and he was so annoying because literally the first point I missed a return, and he yelled at me. It was like, all right, I'm a yeller. Like I love the fight. I want to get into it, but it should be reserved, yes, for like you hit a good shot or there's a really good point and you counter something or you talk a little trash. That's interesting. But if I miss a sitter on top of the net and you bark at me, then you're taking it to an extent that's no longer enjoyable. Now you're just being rude. And I mean, I don't even know if rude is the right word, just like a pest.
Unprofessional, really.
Sure, unprofessional, disrespectful.
Disrespectful,
whatever, just being stupid, to be honest. And that's what killed me about this guy. He was so cheesy. I mean, oh, God, the vibe was just terrible. So, yelled at him.
I know we got a little actually flack in minor league because we had all of our 8 or 9 guys there for both teams, and we were cheering a lot. We were excited, and I was promoting it. I told the team, "Hey, I want you guys there. I want you encouraging your other team. Get excited." And I feel like in that moment, that's how I want pickleball to feel. I want it to feel like Major League Pickleball does in a finals when the crowd is, roaring.
Yeah.
I think that's where pickleball needs to go. It needs to be...
Absolutely. There was one I saw, too, recently. This one was mind-blowing to me. Leia Jansen was playing Saloma Davidze. Did you see this?
No.
And it's like the point, I want to say it was match point for Salome. And she hits a lob, and some guy from the crowd goes out like that. And Leia misses it, and she's like, "Don't go out during the point." And they literally replayed the point.
Yeah, crazy.
And Query was on the call, and he was like, "What is going on? You cannot replay that point. Like, she should be lucky that there's fans that even care that she's playing. If they yell, that's part of the game."
It is.
And it was ludicrous to me. I was watching like, how in the world is a ref going to agree with her on this? I don't care what he yells in the crowd. You keep playing, number one, and she didn't miss the overhead because the guy yelled. Give me a break.
And that happened at Major League Pickleball, right? Where Daescu, I think, got a little distracted. That somebody was yelling during a point. He missed a dink, and he turned around with his hands up. Like, you got to be locked in. The crowd's going to get rowdy. No excuses.
Yeah, yell during the point. I want it.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense because hockey players, the noise is constant. Even golf, they yell out stuff. They don't get to re-hit the shot. If someone yells out Baba Booey, during their drive, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. You're right. I disagree with that.
Yeah. So speaking of the opposite of rude, some really good people, really good vibes. What do you think about St. Pete, Austin? Being here, playing a lot of pickleball, going to school here.
Yeah, St. Pete is such a special place. I mean, Graham and Travis welcomed me to the Crescent Lake fam with open arms, and I love playing here. I love being able to go to school 15 minutes from here, and also being able to go to the beach and ground 15 minutes from here. So it's very central. You're close to a lot of things. There's lots of stuff to do. And me being so healthy, it makes it really easy to live a healthy lifestyle when the sun's shining all the time and the beach is so close and there's a lot of parks to just hang out, work out, be outside. So, and the people are just so friendly and happy. I mean, there's literally happiness signs all over the town and on trees. And I'm just like, wow, this place was made for me. Like, I love it here. And it's just a perfect fit, and I'm excited to be here for the next 3-4 years while I'm doing school.
Is the level of play, I don't know how long you got to play Jacksonville or Amelia Island, where you came from recently, but is it equivalent, better, worse than?
Yeah, so in North Florida, the competition's okay. I would have to travel an hour south to Jacksonville to play against some decent 5-0s and a couple guys who play pro. But being able to train with Travis here and play some with Megan and Ryler, they're like 30, 35 minutes from us. And there's a bunch of 5-0s here. The competition's definitely a lot better. And there's a lot more people that are willing to go drill, which I have been doing a lot more. And because I know some people are not keen to drill at all. But I know playing here, especially one-on-one drilling with Travis, is so fun. We have a great time, and I know he's helped me improve my game a ton. And yeah, I really enjoy getting to play and train here. It's a dream come true.
Yeah, no, we all love it so much as well.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of Travis, what's your guess on the 2v1 that's coming up for him?
I got faith in my man Travis.
I'm gonna need you to help me train for that a little bit. I need some you and Evan days.
Yeah,
because I tried to play with Graham and Paul the other day, and
Graham told me it was rough.
Smoked.
Oh boy. Yeah.
But Graham didn't have his best day.
That's okay. Yeah, I have faith in Travis. He's an elite athlete. Comes from a high-level tennis background. I don't know the other guys, but just seeing Travis and his competitive warrior spirit, good luck if, Travis. I know Travis will be ready and he'll be zoning, so those guys are going to have to bring their A game if they want any chance of keeping it competitive.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, no, that's right. Those Canadians going down. Speaking of goons, let's talk about our shared love for probably the best commentary in pickleball, Tropickleball.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
yeah,
it's as good as it gets. Like, I actually found myself the other night. I'm an insomniac at times, sadly, and I was up late and I was just running through all the videos. And the name this guy comes up with, like, Koosmiter, he's got him as Custard.
Yeah, Custard.
And then my favorite is he always calls Ben Colin's brother. Just gold. It's just absolutely gold. This guy Colin's brother is pretty good. I mean, it's epic. And then the videos he does on me, great. Like, it's always get your ass in the shot, or and he'll FaceTime me like, what'd you think about that? Did you like that comment about your ass? It was like, sure, man.
Shoveling dirt.
Yeah, shoveling dirt. I don't know what we're doing here. Nobody knows.
I was literally watching that last night.
The guy's epic, man. He's the best in pickleball. I just hope he brings more and more, because I certainly look forward to the videos. I go on pretty much every day and make sure to see that I know what he's doing and what he's commenting on, because he's up to date. He's quick. Like, as soon as something's up, he's on it. And he's talking trash about it.
Andre Day, excuse me, miss. I'm coming through the
Take your championships.
Yeah, shout out to Tropical. I'm actually wearing my tropical shorts that they sent me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, they gave me the palm tree
Duvins.
shorts, the Duvins.
Beauty.
Yeah, I'm Team Tropical all the way.
Come on.
Come on.
And Tropical boys, watch out. Trav's coming in with a roast of his own.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. They sent me a video, so we'll get at it.
I love it.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Also got big news. Signed up for my first tournament, you guys. Singles.
Wow.
Let's
Where?
go.
Where?
Hertz.
Good for you.
Yes,
He's
sir.
playing the PPA?
Yeah.
Wow.
What level?
Oh,
Let me
everyone's
hear
gonna be
this.
there.
So tune in Trav's YouTube channel. All right, we're gonna do a singles training. Trav's gonna kind of break down everything that I don't know, which is nothing.
Which is
Gotta start
everything.
somewhere, though.
Everything. Yeah. Wait. Let's
then
go
I'll
back
go
on the verbiage there.
And I think hopefully not last, maybe second to last. I think is
No, you're gonna do great.
maybe.
Rowan, you're gonna do great.
What? Have you
So-
seen him play singles?
Yeah, we played.
Oh, what level are you
I
playing?
scored a point on Travis. I signed
Let's
up.
go.
I don't think
I
that
signed up
happens, but-
4-0.
4-0.
Did you sign 4-0?
Yeah.
What do you?
bold.
It's bold.
It's a bold
Yeah.
strategy.
Oh, I
God.
know
Hey,
it
do
is.
it.
I
Do
know
it.
it
You got to do it.
Yeah,
Hey, it's the
listen,
only way you'll get better.
How
That's
do
what
you
I'm
feel
saying,
rowing
you guys.
versus like Paul Piccolo, or I'm trying to think who plays a 4-0
No
level.
puntos.
No puntos.
All right,
I
we've got a lot of work in the next couple
don't
of
worry.
weeks.
4-0. Why didn't you go 3-5?
Listen, I'm not trying to brag or anything. My senior year of college, I helped my team, my hockey team, 0-18 season, you guys, okay?
Okay.
That was me in net, all right?
Okay.
Okay, all right. So you're good.
100%.
Okay, this guy's an athlete. Come
He's an
on.
athlete.
100%
Yeah, he's an
losing
athlete.
season, you guys,
I
okay?
still
Oh, they
understand
were
how we
0-18.
skipped
Yeah,
3-5.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't think you guys.
that's something to be proud of, though.
0-18, you guys. So we didn't win anything. Yeah. So I'm used to losing, which is why I figured 4-0. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Best
gotcha.
way,
You're gonna
you
go
know?
in. You're gonna come in hot. That's good.
Yeah, exactly. Trav, with your help, man. You know what I mean? I know.
I think I can get you. I can get you there in a couple years.
A couple of years, he
I
said.
can't believe this, you guys. He doesn't believe in
Couple
me.
months. Couple months.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
you'll be
I
there.
think to finish, let's just talk a little bit pickleball drama.
Yeah.
Trav, I think you had something. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, in relation to the Vibe MLP merger, there is an ongoing issue that certain players say their workload is going to be too high to play all six
Because
events.
they're going to have to play 20-some tournaments,
Yeah, look,
and
I'm
then
not-
also the MLP events.
Yes, okay.
So let's
I'm not, 20-some PPA tournaments. First of all, let's be honest here. If you're on the women's side particularly, the brackets are very small at your tournaments. The level of competition is very, very low. And just to put that in context, I was at the Rockwall event last month, or beginning of this month, I don't even remember. And Anna Lee, I believe, won the first 35 points that she played. That means she went 11-0, 11-0, 11-0, 2-0, and then finally lost a point. She was in the semis, I believe, when this happened. So, one, you're playing pickleball. You're not playing 3 out of 5 against Rafa at the French. 2, your brackets are small. There's no reason that you cannot play all 6 events, and stop complaining. It's the most prize money in pickleball. They're the best events in pickleball. Be grateful for the opportunity. And the idea that your workload is too high when you are a 26-year-old male or female is absolutely ridiculous and ludicrous. Sack up, play the event, do what's best for pickleball. I don't want to hear about elongating your career so you can't play 6 more days of pickleball that year where you literally play 4 to 6 sets a day. Give me a break.
This is going to become a segment. He's high-vibing right now.
No, he's just keeping
Austin.
it real. He's keeping it real. He's
Thank
keeping it
you.
real. Yeah, it's
Sorry,
true. It's
clicked
true.
the thing.
But this is coming from a guy who I said, you got to play at least 18 tournaments. He's like, I'm thinking more like 12.
But yeah, he's a dad. Like, it's different. He's talking about
Dumbass.
26-year-olds that don't, you know,
that have no
that don't have
responsibility.
kids, don't have responsibilities,
When
and
I was
it's their
26
job. It's
playing
their
tennis,
job.
I traveled 35 weeks a year
Right.
playing tennis.
But tennis is much more harder on the body.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Playing tennis, we
Yeah.
do it. We don't complain about it. It's just the way it is. It's how the game is.
And if you
Now-
enjoy doing it, then you should want to
Sure.
play more, right?
Yeah. I mean, the idea that you can't elongate your career because you play 6 more days that
It's
year,
not that
give me a
big
break,
of a difference,
man.
right,
Come on,
right,
cry me
right.
a river.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I think for the amount that you actually play, like you said, it's
Right.
only really 4 matches. 4 matches a day for possibly 3 days to pocket 30 grand or
And they're
more
4 25-minute matches, 20-minute matches. You're talking
is
about 80 minutes of
crazy.
pickleball.
Yeah,
That's
Part
like
time.
that's one worth going to,
And it's
in my opinion.
huge for the promotion of the sport, for the benefit of the sport. Like, put yourself aside for a minute, even though your argument makes no sense, and
Right.
do what's best for the sport.
Right.
Again, if you win, you get 30 G's or something probably next year in 2 days. Like,
Yeah.
3 days. Give me,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. Tropical.
I think last thing before we finish up is Trav. Are there any NML updates at all since we last talked?
So looking more like January 7th now at Ferg's. Still coming up with the scoring line now is 3 out of 5 to 15. We've agreed on that. That was a big one. I probably said that last time. Now it's just little things like no spin serves, the ball, and then there's parameters that we have to come up with that are a little more intricate. Like if someone's to get injured the day of the
yeah.
event, or it's rained out, like do we stay the next day? They're selling tickets and stuff like that. Like what's the back end? So those things have to be worked out. These guys aren't seemingly interested in that side of it. I can't tell you why unless they're just not that sharp, which I'm sure they are because they're attorneys as far as I know. But those kinds of things have to be worked out. There's some legality issues, playing for 200 grand at a bar. You have to make sure that that's okay. So we're getting close, and I see January 7th as a reasonable date.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Trav. That's everything. Austin, thank you so much, man, for
Yeah,
joining
thanks for
us.
having me on, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ro. Tennis sucks.
Oh, and this will be probably out after Thanksgiving. It's in a couple days, but happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Happy
and
Thanksgiving.
Great holidays. And see you next time on Tennis Sucks.
Thanks, Austin. Peace.
Peace, guys.
Austin. Thanks, Ro. Producer Ro.